Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 18 of What If Naruto Became the God of Lightning. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode over on Anime King 3 of What If Naruto Had Cosmic Energy, and enjoy that guys. And I also post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Neglected with Jashin sealed inside of him, so go ahead and enjoy it as well. And remember, if you're new, to go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last time we left off, Naruto was pissed off. Yes, he was beyond pissed, as he was making his way, along with Sakura, Kiba, Neji, and Rock Lee, and Shino as they made their way towards where the Sun 4 had taken Sasuke. As Sakura told him that Sasuke left the village on his own regard, and he apologized. As Naruto told her, he was the same one that told her that Sasuke would never do something like this. So Naruto was rather pissed off as he made his way. The group made their way as they encountered the Zone 4, as Lee stayed behind to take on Jirobo. Jirobo was strong, yes, really strong, especially when he tapped into the power of the curse mark, but Lee, activating the gates, his speed and strength increased as he smashed down Jirobo. It was then that Neji took on Kidomaru as he stayed behind. The both of them went through a rather vicious battle, as Neji had many dangerous wounds, but he was able to deliver several consecutive strikes to Kidomaru as he took him down. Lee came by before Neji had passed out, as he administered what first aid he could. As Kiba had took on Seikon and Ukon, as the group continued on with their way. Shino stayed behind as he took on Teiwai as Kimaru arrived, as he took the coffin and fled off. The Sand Team insists of Gaara. Temari and Kankuro came to their aid, helping Kiba and helping Shino. As Naruto was about to throw down with Kimimaro, but Gaara came. Gaara provided defense and made Naruto head off as Sasuke had broken out of the coffin. The both of them arrived on top of the statues along with Sakura, as the both of them tried to get him to come back, as Naruto saw Sasuke as one of his best friends. Through the amount of missions they went on, life-threatening, disasters, and the both of them always coming through on top. So he told Sasuke not to go. But Sasuke lashed out angry as he told him he had to leave, as he had to become stronger. Not many people had a giant nine-tailed fox in their stomach helping them. Sakura was confused by that statement, as Sasuke found out as he told her that girl told him, so that is where he get all this power from. As Naruto told him that he wouldn't let him leave as the both of them started to fight. As the battle was intense as Naruto started to beat down on him, Sasuke got serious as he entered his second level of the curse mark. Sakura saw someone rush past her as she screamed out to Naruto to watch out, as Naruto was already with the momentum of the Rasengan. Sasuke was already going with his Chidori, as Kabuto came and stabbed Naruto right to the back. Sasuke could not stop himself as he ended up plunging his arm. He moved it just in time right towards Naruto's shoulder, as his Chidori teared through Naruto along with its sword. Blood started to leak from Naruto like a fountain with the two major wounds. Orochimaru had sent Kabuto because if Naruto was on a tail, they knew that he would have defeated Uchiha and brought him back to Konoha. As Sakura came down as she threw kunais with explosive attacks, forcing Kabuto to leap away. She smashed her fist in Sasuke's face, throwing him back as she caught Naruto, as it was a massive hole in his shoulder and it was bleeding very badly. Before she could do anything though, a feet connected right into her face. Her head smashed against a stone wall, as she fell unconscious, as Kabuto looked down at her. Sasuke wanted to lash out at what the man did, but he had to keep himself calm. This man was along with Orochimaru. He then told Sasuke to come as Sasuke started to walk off. Naruto begged him to help Sakura, as Sasuke simply looked at him and quickly averted his eyes. He couldn't face them after all. As Kabuto came over, as Naruto smashed his head right into his nose, breaking it. Kabuto was about to lash out, but Sasuke told him to leave him, as the ninjas were already coming already. Naruto crawled over towards the unconscious Sakura. She was losing a lot of blood. Her head had connected hard to the stone wall, and she was bleeding badly. As Naruto felt his wounds being healed, but he lost a lot of blood. As he crawled over, he heard someone crying out his name. And yeah guys, so basically that's where I left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So just to begin this new episode, Naruto was lying down in his Mindscape on the cool, rushing grass, as everything was so calm and peaceful. Leaning back sipping lemonade was Kurama. As he placed down the lemonade with a smile on his face, you know, it seems like you have this magnet about you that just draw attention. You're telling me, said Naruto. Kurama could see that the kid was incredibly sad. After trying his best, well, Naruto was holding back a lot so that he wouldn't hurt Sasuke to the full extent. But he thought that his speech, his talking, would get through to Sasuke, but it failed. You're gonna try and find a way to bring him back, aren't you? Said Kurama. As Naruto said nothing. You know what? I think you're right to do that, Kurama said. Naruto turned towards him. He thought that Kurama would have said, let him go. He was surprised. The Uchiha is just conflicted. He doesn't know what to do, or how to do it. He thinks that by leaving Konoha that he will find a way to get stronger. I felt it. When you were attacked, there was this feeling of anger coming off of him, but not directed towards you. It was directed towards the guy that stabbed you in the back. That glasses freak. He wanted to kill him. He still cared about the both of you, especially when that Kunoichi got knocked down. I could feel the turmoil in him, wanting to save her. But he held back because of his brother. Revenge is a tricky thing, Naruto. People will do anything most times to get what they want. Revenge especially, when they've been hurt so bad. You sound like a teacher lecturing me, said Naruto. Well, in a sort I am your teacher, said Kurama. But tell me, you're planning on going back after him, aren't you? Well, I'm gonna bring him back to the village, said Naruto. I know what you meant. I saw the look on his face. He wanted to save her, but he was just afraid. He wanted to stop, but the image of his brother must be haunting him. And through, Sasuke is still my friend, despite he's acting like a jackass. But next time I see him, I'm gonna beat the living crap into him. Literally. To make him wake up. If he wants to kill his brother or even help him, the guy's an enemy to Konoha after all, after killing the entire clan. I never knew my parents. Kurama face hardened at that. So it's not like I can really understand what Sasuke felt. So it's not like I can go around saying that I understand what you feel, Sasuke. It must be tearing him up inside knowing that his mother and father murderer are still out there. His entire clan murderer. So I'll see with him for now, with it. Yeah. And plus you have to kill that glasses wearing freak. You don't have to worry about that. The next time I see Kabuto, he's dead, said Naruto. As he found himself drifting out of the Mindscape. Seems your body's finally ready to wake up. Yeah, talk soon, said Naruto. And with that he left the Mindscape, leaving Kurama to wander in his thoughts. As what Naruto said about his parents, as he wondered if he shook his head. As Naruto opened his eyes slowly in the room, looking around. Someone was in there with him. The person was looking through the window. It was none other than Tsunade. Hey, Bachan, he said. I feel honored to have the Hokage person come to look after me, said Naruto. Tsunade turned around. Brat, you're finally awake, she said. How are you feeling? Well, feel like I was stabbed through the back. Well, given the fact that that literally happened, yeah. Sakura told me what happened. I'm sorry, she said. Why are you apologizing, said Naruto. I know he was your best friend, said Tsunade. Well, that doesn't really matter, said Naruto. I'm gonna bring him back. Tsunade narrowed her eyes. Don't give up on him yet, he's not a lost cause, said Naruto. He's just going through a lot with his brother and all. Can you do me a favor, Naruto asked. What's that, she said. Can you not brand him as a missing name? I promise. I'm gonna get stronger, and I'm gonna find and bring him back here. And take out Orochimaru as well, and help him take out his brother. I just need time. And why should I do that for you, asked Navi. Like you said, you should feel honored that the Hokage came here to give you a visit. Because I know you're a really kind person. And besides, you love me like a grandson, he said. Suppose you're right, she whispered. Alright, fine. I won't place him as a missing name. He hasn't killed any Konoha shinobi. The only person that he's harmed is you, and you're willing to forgive him for that. Well, my Rasengan would have completely torn through his Chidori. Naruto simply shrugged. But I'm still gonna beat the absolute crap out of him when I find him again. Trust me, said Naruto as he clenched his fists. But yeah, Sasuke is still my friend, and you can count on me bringing him back. Well, it's hard not to believe you when you speak, said Tsunade. But there's something else. What's that? Naruto asks. That something is me, said Jiraiya as he flipped inside through the window. You know I knew that you were there, said Naruto. No you didn't, said Jiraiya. Of course I did, said Naruto. You were just waiting for your grand entrance, and I have to say, that wasn't that flashy. Jiraiya eyed twitch. Yeah, I guess you're right, he said, calming down. So what is it, said Naruto. Well, regarding the whole Akatsuki thing, said Jiraiya. They are gonna wait for 3 years. 3 years is all the time that my spies are able to pick up. So you'll have that time to train, for me to make you stronger. But are you really that strong, said Naruto. Jiraiya eyed twitch. What was that, brat? I mean, you haven't shown me a reason to show me that you're a Sanin. Yeah, you have the name and all that, but I haven't seen, well, anything that special. I mean, I need a real teacher, not some old perv, said Naruto. As Naruto closed his eyes while talking, Jiraiya, said Tsunade. As Naruto opened his eye, Naruto looked up to see the scroll that was about to hit him in the head. Disrespectful brat, Jiraiya mumbled. I'm just kidding, said Naruto. You better be, said Jiraiya. But what exactly are we gonna do? And 3 years. Well, not here, Jiraiya said. What do you mean not here? I'm gonna take you on a trip around the Elemental Nation. Wait, I'm gonna be leaving the village for 3 years. Yes, you got that correct, said Jiraiya. Wait, what about my ninja duties, Naruto asked. Don't worry, said Tsunade. We'll still have you do missions while you're out here on the road. Can't have you slacking behind after all. If you're gonna become a Jonin, you'll have to have a complete mission record book. And it is gonna need more than a few missions to get that status. And they're gonna be C and B, not just D ranks. Well, that's good, said Naruto. But you promised to teach me something good and worthwhile, said Naruto. By the time I return, I want to be at least Sanin level, or even above. Big hopes, huh, brat, said Tsunade. Big expectations, said Naruto. I said I need to become stronger, and that's a reality. After all, the Akatsuki are full of S-rank missing names, but they have a big disadvantage against me. Oh, and what's that, said Jiraiya. Well, think about it. They want to capture me, right? Yeah. Tsunade smiled at that. I see you get it, Bachan, he said. Of course I do, she said. Well, you're not the Hokage for no reason, said Naruto. Wait, what's going on, Jiraiya asked. Man, he's slow, said Naruto. Tell me about it, said Tsunade. And stupid as well. Yeah, and perverted. Hey, I'm right here, said Jiraiya. Oh, yeah, said Naruto. Well, they wanna capture me. Well, I don't have those restraints. So as long as you make me strong enough to handle them, none of them would win, said Naruto. Huh. I guess you're right, said Jiraiya. Well then, brat. We'll be leaving tomorrow. I'm sure you're fine by now, right? Naruto flexed his muscles. Yeah, you know me, I heal fast, he said. Jiraiya smiled at that. Time skip. As Naruto was currently leaving the hospital at the moment when the door opened up. As Sakura stepped inside. As she had a bandage wrapped around her head. Hey Sakura, he said. I was wondering when you would show up. She looked downcast as she looked down. I... What's wrong? He said. I thought you would want to see me, she said. Huh? Why would you say that? He asked. Well, I was always fawning over Sasuke. You were the one that told me that he wouldn't leave the village. And I was the one saying, yeah, he would do something like that. I had so much confidence in him. But he stabbed you. And I barely could protect you myself, she said. What are you talking about? You punched him right in the face, said Naruto. His face was all like, As Sakura laughed a bit. Naruto, this is no time for laughing, she said. Come on, don't be so serious, said Naruto as he placed a hand on her shoulder. Sasuke is still our friend. She blinked. Really? Of course, I'm not just gonna abandon him like that. He's made some stupid decision, yes. And when I bring him back to the village, you and I are gonna beat the crap out of him for doing all these stupid things. But he will come back. And we will get him back. Believe it, said Naruto. As tears started to come to her eyes. Come on, don't cry, he said. She hugged him. As Naruto hugged her back. Thank you, Naruto, she said. She broke away as she wiped her eyes. I'll get stronger. I promise you that. I will get strong as possible. And I'll help you bring him back. Next time, I'll be there side by side to help you, she said. Oh yeah, about that, said Naruto. I'm gonna be going away for 3 years. Wait, what? Time skip. After explaining that he was gonna go away for 3 years, he had gathered up all of his classmates, all of the rookies. Neji was still in bandages. Other than that, everyone else was fine. And Neji was gonna be fine as well. All of them had a last get together for a long while, seeing that Naruto was gonna leave the village. After everything was said and done, Naruto had noticed something. As he was now standing by himself, everyone had left off. He knew that she was following him. It was time that he, set everything straight. I know you're there, he said. Hinata froze. He saw her? Come on out, said Naruto. Was he talking to her? Hinata, said Naruto. She peeped her head from behind the post. As Naruto made his way towards her, he had a friendly smile, a sweet, soothing smile that made her heart just melt. But then that smile turned to a downcast. I'm sorry, he said. She was confused. What about Naruto-kun, she said, her voice already stuttering. I can't return your feelings. Her eyes widened, as it felt like a weight had been set on her heart. A few years ago, I probably wouldn't have noticed. But I noticed, he said. And I can't just have you doing this. Because I can't return them. And I don't want to seem like I'm leading you on. I already have someone that I cherish. Well, more, he said. Don't get me wrong, you're a wonderful girl and all. It's just someone is already in my life that I think about, he said. I don't want you to take this as me saying that you're not good enough. Because you are, trust me, he said. I mean, you're beautiful and all. And that shy quirk of yours, it just makes you even more beautiful. Her heart fluttered a bit, but he was declining her attempt, so it didn't flutter that much. You're a strong, gentle kunoichi, Hinata. And in this world, sometimes the strong swallow up the weak. But your kindness is not something to look down upon. Your kindness makes you stronger, because the more people you care for, the more stronger you get to protect them all. As he gave her another smile. Besides, he said, there are a lot of other guys out there. And with how beautiful you are, they won't even hesitate, said Naruto. As tears were gathered in the corner of her eyes. As Naruto had to step forward and hug her. It caught her to shock as her face started to burn red. Despite what he's saying, she still felt in love with him. It's alright, he said, as he patted her back. Hinata felt downcast though, as he broke away. She mustered up a smile to him. Don't worry, you'll be alright, said Naruto. You think so? She asked. I know so, said Naruto. Thank you, Naruto-kun, she said. Well then, guess I'll see you in 3 years. Yeah, see you in 3 years, she said. As he walked away, forever, leaving, because he wouldn't be a part of the life that she wanted. She knew that this might be a possibility that he fell for someone else. After all, she was always in the background, but it was a reality. But he let her down rather easy, and he tried his best not to hurt her feelings, to make her feel sad or anything. Naruto-kun, he was perfect. He was a dream to most ladies, but she couldn't have him because he was already falling for someone else. As she wondered who it was. Hey, you think I let her down good, said Naruto. Yeah, said Kurama. That's better than letting her follow you around, thinking that she have a shot, and crush her dreams one day, when she see you with another girl. Yeah, I suppose you're right, said Naruto. Well, he stretched as he yawned. Time to get some sleep. As he headed home. Time skip. As Sakura was watching Naruto leave, along with Lady Tsunade and Shizune. He had already said goodbye to the others last night, but she just came out here to watch him leave as well. As Tsunade took in a deep breath. Well then, my new apprentice, she said, turning towards Sakura. Are you ready to get to training, she asked. I already told you that this won't be a walk in the park. It will be difficult. Do you still want to continue, she asked Sakura. Lady Tsunade, I want to be as strong as I can be. So please, don't hold back on me, said Sakura. Shizune looked at her. Did this girl know what she was asking? Tsunade smiled. I like your confidence, she said. To think that you can go toe-to-toe with a Sanin. But, well, let's put that to a test, shall we? Come with me, she said. But Tsunade-sama, you have paperwork to be done. Shizune, you're acting Hokage for the moment. Come on. Wait, what? Shizune said. As Tsunade's son shin away with Sakura, as Shizune sighed. Meanwhile, as Sasuke was standing by himself, he took in several deep breaths. As Orochimaru just put him through an extreme training regime to mold his body for the upcoming training that he was going to undertake. Sasuke knew that it would be difficult. Well, he wasn't expecting anything less. To be trained by a Sanin, to be actually pushed to the limit. That is what he was in it for, to get stronger, so he can finally defeat his brother. But thoughts kept on slamming into him like a tidal wave. Sasuke, save her! You bastard! As he saw Naruto begging him to save Sakura. The thoughts kept on hitting him over and over again, making him perplexed. But he rid them from his mind rather quickly. He had to get stronger no matter what. And if that means breaking some old bonds, he will have to do it. But he wondered, when all of this is said and done, when he finally get revenge on his brother, what would he have left? Would he even have anyone? Ah, Sasuke-kun. It seems you're all done here. Let's move on to the more difficult stuff. Are you ready? After all, you want to be at your peak for when you're ready to face off against your tougher foes. Because trust me, from here on out, they will get stronger than Naruto-kun. Much, much stronger. Of course I'm ready, said Sasuke. Orochimaru licked his lips. That is what I like. The will to go on. The drive to succeed. There's nothing else better than it, he said. Come on, let's get this over with, said Sasuke. Yes, let's, said Orochimaru. As Kabuto was standing over the other side, a smirk on his face. Sasuke want nothing more than to kill that cocky bastard for what he did to Naruto. Yet, there was these thoughts. For him kicking Sakura in the face, Sasuke wanted to rip him to shreds. After all, it's not like he will ever let Orochimaru take over his body. Never. Orochimaru just a mean to an end, after all. Time skip. 4 months later. Hey Gramps, we finally got the civilians of that guy that people are calling the God of Lightning. It's not what I expected at all, Gramps. You remember that kid a long time ago? It's him. Wait, it's the same person? Said Oniki. At the moment at the hidden stone, Kurosaki came and she placed on the photos on Oniki's desk. Yeah, the same kid, said Kurosaki. Despite she being only 1 or 2 years older, she saw him as a kid. So this is the little brat that people has been calling the god of lightning? Said Oniki. Yeah, I'm afraid so, Gramps. And the things that we've heard, do you really believe that this little brat can do all those things? What should we do, she asks. Well, for the moment, nothing. Given the fact that he's traveling with one of the legendary Sanins, an act on Konoha like this would be quite devastating for both sides. So as long as he don't get in our way, we will leave him be. Alright, fine. But Gramps, you see, don't you? Yeah. He looks so much like him, said Oniki, as he narrowed his eyes at the boy. Blue eyes, blonde hair. Just like Minato no Mikaze. Meanwhile, at a small town near the land of bears, a man was currently smiling viciously. There was 2 swords strapped to his back. He had a scar on his cheek. This man was known as Izon, a C-rank missing nin that has been terrorizing many of the smaller towns around the land of bear. It became so bad that they had to call in for a shinobi to help them take care of this man and get him out of their village. And yeah, they got a shinobi, alright. Someone who is wandering around the elemental nation. Izon looked down the frightening woman who was currently on the ground. She was heading back home and he had kidnapped her. And now the poor woman, Izumi, didn't know what to do, as she knew that she couldn't fight him off. Izon licked his lips as he reached down towards her, only to pull one of his blades as he blocked a kunai that nearly stabbed into his neck. The man turned, ready to kill whoever did that, only to see absolutely nothing, as he wondered what the hell is going on. Before, as Izumi looked up, as she saw someone in the tree above, as he started to gesture for her to close her eyes. So she did. As he slammed his hand together, the entire place went white. Izon went blind for a moment, before he felt a sharp pain in the back of his neck. He didn't even get to scream. You can open your eyes now. Izumi did, as she looked around confused. Oh, I'm right here. She turned back behind her to see the long blonde hair blowing. You saved me. That I did, said Naruto as he held out his hand, helping the woman up. She quickly tackled him. Thank you, thank you, thank you, she said, as she hugged the hell out of the poor child. Can't breathe, said Naruto. Oh, sorry about that, she said. This guy, she looked around. Where did he go? Oh, you don't have to worry about that, said Naruto. He's taken care of. He won't bother you ever again. She launched at him again and started giving him kisses all over his face. Thank you so much, she said, as she broke away. You saved my life. I don't know how I can repay you. Oh, you don't have to worry about that, said Naruto. Everything is fine. Just get home safe. Alright, thank you so much, she said, as the woman made her way home, as she just thought that she was gonna die, or be raped or something. She rushed home to her family, as she didn't even want to tell them about this incident. She just wanted to be erased. But that blonde had saved her. She was so grateful, as Naruto snapped the string that was attached to his finger. He has grown in the past couple of months, not anything to, well, out of the way, but he has grown. The man fell out of a tree, his mouth gagged. He cursed. But, well, Naruto couldn't hear him, as Naruto pulled out a bingo book. Huh. Well, it seems like you're in here as well. A mission payment, and not to mention a bingo book service. That's quite good, said Naruto, as he made his way forward. The man struggled to escape as he was buying ninja wires, as he couldn't get free. I'm afraid I can't kill you. You're wanted alive for even more. To the land of cotton. The man's eyes went wide. Seems like you did something really bad there. Despite only being a C-rank ninja, they want you really badly to pay so much. Well then, I guess you're screwed, said Naruto. The man looked at Naruto with pleading eyes. Naruto pointed his finger as he zapped the man right in the forehead, as he fell unconscious. Scum like you don't deserve a second chance. He pulled a scroll out of his shirt, as he placed on the ground. He pulled his brush and his ink out as he writes something on the man's arm. He went through hands and slammed his hand on the scroll as the man was sucked directly into the scroll. He then created a clone. Go back to the town and tell Jiraiya Sensei that I have something to do in the land of cotton. I'll be back soon enough. If he's heading anywhere, tell him to send Gamikichi to find me. The clone nodded as the clone rushed off. Time skip. 1 year later, as Naruto was standing in a burned, destroyed field, nothing but uprooted ground and chaos. Naruto! Naruto! The voice of Jiraiya called out as he rushed over, as he seemed like he was in a battle himself. Around Naruto lie 3 chonins and 2 jonins. Cuts litter all over his body that were being healed by the Kyuubi. Burn marks are on his skin, and there was a slash in his face that was being healed over. As his hand was drenched in blood, the Kiba blades seemed like they were dipped directly in blood. As he looked around him at the man that he had to slaughter, Jiraiya rushed over to the kid as he started to fall as he caught him. All of them were stone shinobis. The both of them were currently in the land of Marsh. They were hired for a mission to protect a farmer who had struck a rare metal on his land. The man wanted to transport the metal. Yes, it wasn't a lot, but it had mine. And it was quite a phenomenon because the place was not popular with this kind of metal. It was rather rare, obsidian. But the leader of the land of Marsh, the man in the town, had belief that he owned it just because he was basically the ruler of Marsh. Well, he didn't rule the man's farm. The both of them were family, that was a weird thing. And they were at each other's throat. Not exactly family, but the man's son had married the leader of Marsh's daughter. The daughter had died when given childbirth, and the leader had resented them ever since. He didn't want to see his grandchild. So he believed that it belongs to him, the obsidian metal. That is why he hired bandits to take it away. But the farmer had ninja training and he was able to take care of them. But he knew it would only get worse, so he hired the ninjas that were going around offering their service. They were becoming quite popular. One of them was a legendary Sanin, and one of them was making his way, known as the God of Lightning. So he hired them. The leader had went out of his way and hired stone ninjas. And knowing that he was there, and it was a job Onki feigned ignorance, and he sent a large number of his men. The leader was quite shocked that he got so much, but he was happy for it. They came to the man's house to burn it down and destroy everything. Naruto was the only one here because Jiraiya had made his way off, as the man was gonna buy a new house and move out of March, as he knew that the leader would never leave him be. His wife and his daughter had packed their things, but the man was going out to finalize things, as he already got the metal to a safe place to trade and sell it to a different village, somewhere else, just so the leader would not get his hand on it. Jiraiya arrived towards the shit storm to see Naruto facing off against stone ninjas. A few of them managed to get away, but Jiraiya had to take on the others. But Naruto was left alone to take on the 2 jonins and the 3 chonins. But the kid came out on top, despite taking on 2 jonins and 3 chonins. But right now he was exhausted and out of it completely. But at least he was fine as Jiraiya saw his wounds healing rapidly. But this will get them on the stone radar. Jiraiya had no doubt that this will put Naruto into the bingo book of the hidden stone. Onki would want nothing more now than to see Naruto dead, especially because of the resemblance. Jiraiya wondered though. Naruto could handle himself quite well, as he wondered if he should tell Naruto about his parents. The kid was a chonin, and he was already powerful enough to handle himself against 2 jonins and 3 chonins. And the scary thing about it was, Jiraiya doesn't sense any lingering effect of the Kyuubi's chakra. That meant Naruto fought them without the Kyuubi's help, as he has been getting quite reliant on himself lately, and stronger as well. Jiraiya picked up Naruto and Kiba blades as he went inside. A scream could be heard. The man's daughter screamed as she looked at Naruto in Jiraiya's arms. "He's fine," Jiraiya said. "I just need to put him down somewhere to rest." "Come with me," she said quickly. as they brought Naruto to our room. The farmer apologized over and over for getting them into something this dangerous. But after Naruto woke up and they spoke, they told him it was fine. As Naruto knew that this would cause a backlash between Konoha and the Hidden Stone, Jiraiya said something that confused him though, especially because of his appearance. He looked at the fourth Hokage. Know that Jiraiya told him, yeah, he kinda does. But Naruto didn't think much of it. After all, he would never think that the man was his father. That is why that thought never came to his mind. Time skip, 6 months later, Tsunade sighed as she was in the office. 2 months ago, there was a bingo book entry placing Naruto as a B-rank threat from the Hidden Stone. It's because of the altercation that they had with Stone Ninjas. So far, Oniki hasn't said anything to her. He hasn't sent any letter or anything. He just placed Naruto in this bingo book. But Jiraiya was with him, and Tsunade knew that Naruto could handle himself. But that was not what was giving her a headache right now. Oniki barely knew anything about Naruto's skills, so he barely had anything written about. But they had civilians of Naruto. But that was when he was much younger though. But the thing that was making her worry was Jiraiya, as he felt like this was the right time to tell Naruto about his heritage. She didn't know how Naruto will take it. From what she gotten, Naruto didn't have a good life when he was much younger. The villagers used to even physically attack him. So she didn't know how he would take the, revelation that Minato was his father, that the Hokage was his father. She didn't know at all. Well, at least everything was going good with the Kumo thing. She should probably also tell him about that. Yeah, he would be calm. Not to mention that girl that he liked at Kumo. So yeah. And he was a lovable kid. He wouldn't get so angry, right? Time skip. 3 days later. Chaos. Pure utter chaos. The place still had little of electricity around. Boatman, as Naruto has grown in the past 2 years, is here, extending even longer. Right now it was dirty. He has even grown. He was now 5'8". A lot from his shorter height. But he has grown a lot. At the moment his body racked with pain. The man lying next to him as well, body racked with pain as well. And there was none other than Jiraiya of the Sannin. The place was destroyed. They were lucky that they were in an open land where they could attack each other. This wasn't training, this was anger working off. Jiraiya told Naruto about who his parents were. And Naruto lost this shit. Because, thinking that his father was Hokage, it brought back so many angry, pissed off memories of when he was younger, when he was literally taken out to the woods and beaten. When the lightning strike had struck him and when he met Kurama. Yes, all of those beatings. It made Naruto lash out violently. Jiraiya had to attack, because he's sure if he did not, he would have died. The both of them had blood all over them, weakened to the point of unable to move anymore. It wasn't that Jiraiya go all out, well he did in this form. But he didn't enter Sage mode, as Naruto had became that much stronger. 2 years of non-stop working, missions, training, pushing himself to the absolute limit. The kid was becoming a beast, and they still have a year left. So, you work off that frustration already, said Jiraiya. Only for Naruto to fling dirt into his face. Jiraiya spat out the dirt. What the hell, kid? Shut up, said Naruto. You're awfully silent, big furball, said Naruto. I know you can hear me. When I'm done here, I'm gonna kick your ass as well, he said to Kurama. But Kurama remained silent. Look, kid, it was for your own safety. You can see that you're already in the bingo book of the Hidden Stone. And if they had found out that you were really his son, they would have sent countless ninjas after you to kill you. Oh, I'm not angry about that, said Naruto. I know that my father did many things back in the war. It was weird even saying my father. I read about it. The thing I'm angry about is you. You're my godfather, yet you were absent for most of my life. I already explained that, kid. Yeah, I know about your Spanish work, but what about time? You're telling me that you never got time off ever before? Ever, said Naruto. His tone becoming dark once again. I'm sorry, said Jiraiya. Of course, everyone got time off. So what's your damn excuse, Naruto asks? I was afraid. Wait, what? Yeah, I was afraid. You were afraid? Said Naruto as he looked towards the man. After losing Minato and Kushina, it became even hard to come back to the village. You saw that firsthand, right, with Tsunade. After losing her loved one, she left the village. It was same like that for me. It was hard, kid, really, really hard. And looking at you, it brought back so many memories. I could barely handle it. And after being gone for a couple of months, I just didn't know what to do. I was so absent from your life. I figured if I told you anything back then, you would just turn me down. And I wouldn't get to know my godson. So that is why I didn't show my face. Look, kid, I'm really, really sorry. Naruto released a sigh. Tell you what, I have something that would cheer you up. There's nothing that can cheer me up right now, said Naruto. Huh? Well then, I suppose you'll stay behind while I go to Kumo then. Wait, what? Oh, you remember that little girl of yours? She must have grown by now. Are you really gonna be perverted about a girl I like? You know, Naruto picked himself up. No, that's not it, kid. As Naruto dropped back down. Tsunade has formed an alliance between Kumo and Konoha. Really? It clicked to Naruto. So that is what she meant. That is what she meant by they would see each other again. Huh. He started to laugh. After all these years. So that is what she meant, he said. Hey, what's so funny? Screw you, said Naruto. Come on, kid, I already apologized. Well, I'm still angry, said Naruto. Alright, fine. I guess you have a right to be, said Jiraiya. So, when are we going to Kumo, Naruto asks? Jiraiya laughed. Well, we're going to need to pick up a letter from the Hokage. I'm gonna send it back by a tow to Tsunade. But if you want, we can stay here for a while. So you can talk to your little girlfriend. What? I think I'm gonna deny anything, said Naruto. And it's time we stop dancing on the subject. I like her. And I know that she likes me. If I was 2 years younger, I would have thought that, well, it was good to dance on the subject. But I guess doing that was just a waste of time. You'd know that you only grown 2 years, right? You're acting like you're all mature now. Huh. Guess I'm more mature than you, said Naruto as he picked himself up. Look at that. I'm able to stand while you're still on the ground. I wonder, what would you do right now if I decide to beat the crap out of you? Huh. You know, kid, you're strong, but I haven't gone all out yet. I know you haven't, said Naruto. So what are you hiding? I wonder if I should tell you that, said Jiraiya. As Naruto picked up a rather large stone. I wonder if this stone will slip out of my hand because I'm too weak to maintain it. Right on your face. Kid, you're joking, right? I wonder if I am, said Naruto. Now tell me, what are you hiding? Fine. Alright, I guess I'll tell you about Sage Mode, said Jiraiya. Time skip. 5 months later, the rookies had gathered. Sakura and all of them. The only two that were missing was Sasuke and Naruto, for obvious reasons. Hinata has been training non-stop, as Naruto words had boost confidence in her even though it broke her a bit that she wouldn't ever be with him. A lot of Kumo ninjas have been seen in the village recently, coming towards the Hokage. That is what they were currently discussing at the moment. The official statement hasn't been released yet. They were still going over a few finer details. After all, the Hokage hasn't even come to Konoha yet to discuss the final status. At the moment, Kiba had a book on the table. It was a bingo book, as Naruto rank has been bolted up to A rank. Huh. Seems like Naruto is really getting his name out there. Yes, said Shino. The missions that we go on, we heard about the God of Lightning. He's doing a lot. Huh, that's just troublesome. Getting so much more stronger. More people know about you and try to attack you. Not to mention now he's in a bingo book. Hunter ninjas are gonna come after him. Man, Naruto always get the good things. You want hunter ninjas come after you, said Shino. Well, it will be good to be recognized. Sakura smiled. Why are you so happy, Forehead? Asked Ino. He's getting stronger. As she clenched her fists. And I have to keep up, she said. Come on, Forehead, don't put yourself down. You've gotten a lot stronger over these past 2.5 years. I mean, isn't she, guys? Yeah, said Kiba. But not as strong as me, though. Come on, dog boy. Sakura can probably beat you up right now. She's been trained by a legendary Sanin. Well, that doesn't mean anything, said Kiba. I'm still the strongest in the friend group. Ino simply laughed. You wish, she said. Well, I gotta get going, said Sakura. What, already? You just got here. Training calls. As she made her way off, Ino sighed. I guess I need to get stronger as well. Everyone's getting stronger. Come on, guys. Hey, I'm not done eating, said Choji as she pulled him away from his meal. Shikamaru just grunted as he was yanked away as well. Come on, guys, we're training as well, said Kiba. As Hinata and Shino made their way with him, everyone was becoming more and more serious towards their training. Time skip 3 months later. Tsunade had a smile on her face as she read over the report. Naruto and Jiraiya has been at Kumo for the past 3 months. The Hokage had graciously allowed them to stay there and use one of his training field, as everything was going along well. She just hoped the brat wasn't as angry with her as when he was first told, as he was angry with Jiraiya. Well, he wouldn't be, right? Yeah, he wouldn't be, she thought to herself. But she had a surprise for him anyway. Something that she was sure that he was gonna enjoy. She couldn't wait for him to arrive and her to see his face. Meanwhile, at Kumo, the Hokage was in his office. As he was speaking to Yujito at the moment, she's more happier with him than she is with the rest of our ninjas. And given what happened with her past, this will probably be good for her. Long distance things don't usually work, said the Hokage. But I don't want this to be seen as force, like some arranged marriage. After all, the both of them seemed to like each other even before this. But sir, we haven't told either of them about it, said Yujito. Well, it will be a trial basis at first, to bring Konoha and Kumo better as a close unit, to have Konoha and the hidden Sando on her side, to forget about past actions. That is what we're aiming for, Yujito, he said. She nodded. Yujito knew about Samui's life and the things that she went through. But when the girl was with Naruto, she smiled and laughed more than she has ever smiled and laughed being here by herself. Yes, perhaps this will be good for her. Meanwhile, bodies littered the entire ground. Bodies were everywhere. The one and only Sasuke Uchiha, his three-totem Sharingan coming to a stop. Orochimaru glanced over the bodies. Not even one of them were dead. Sasuke incapacitated all of them, quickly as well. Orochimaru licked his lips, as he was getting stronger and faster as well. That would only be good for him, Orochimaru thought to himself. Soon enough, young Sasuke would be his. His body was brimming with power. Power that Orochimaru wanted so much. Power that would be his. Soon enough, he thought to himself. Sasuke picked himself up as he walked off without a second thought, not even looking back at Orochimaru. Like if that snake freak ever thought that he would actually hand his body over to him. It's only a matter of time before he found the right situation to do his plan and finally go after his brother. A thought came to his mind though, about the God of Lightning. Yes, quite the name he had made for himself. It has been spread around the entire elemental nation. He was even in the Hidden Stone Bingo book. Sasuke wondered why he was not in Konoha Bingo book. But he already knew why though. It must be them. Still trying to get him back. Many times he thought that if he did the wrong thing when he left that day, but he had to kill Itachi. Perhaps when this is all over, if he's still at home, he'll go back to one. But for now, nothing will stop him from killing Itachi, because he will take him down one way or another. And he will also get rid of one of Konoha's most infamous traitors. But he wondered, how much have Naruto and Sakura grown? Especially, he wants to know how much stronger Naruto has gotten. After all the reports he has been getting that Orochimaru has been relaying him with, he was sure that Naruto was a lot stronger now. As he wondered, which one of them would come out on top if they were to fight all out? God of Lightning. But guys, let me end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of the to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off now. See you guys soon. Peace.